podcast. I am Joku.
I'm CJ.
And today, this is our 12th episode? I think so.
I think so.
Yeah. Number 12. I want to talk about a couple things before we get into our subject. 2 weeks ago, you already know that I went to Orlando for a Comic-Con.
I don't know, you had a great time there.
Sort of. I'm going to talk about that. But I did meet the voice actor for Mario. I'll show a picture of him. I'm sure you guys already know who he looks like, but still I'll put a picture. And to my left, if you can see, I got the picture up there. I'll put that also up on the screen so you can see a better look at that. He signed it. Woohoo! Super Joku, let's go. Mario and his name Charles, which CJ got about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
When you stood in line and got him, on your stuff. And then I could have, but it's like I was in line for Nolan North.
Great guy.
He was a great guy. I mean, he just him talking normal sounds
like Mario.
It does. It just really boggles when you see people in character.
Yeah.
They really do, but then when you get out of character, they have a different voice. It's just like you can hear
his voice is still kind of similar to
go.
Mario.
Yeah, I mentioned this on my other channel when I was playing Clue that I was going to talk more about it, but I really wanted to go in there and film some stuff in there, but there was really nothing there to film. I even told you this on the phone a couple of weeks, last week or when stuff like that. You're like, how'd it go? I was like, it was good. I got his autograph. I was supposed to go up there and get the voice actor for Goku, but he wasn't there. I already have a pop of him, but it's like I wanted it. It was actually the first time I got his autograph was actually on the character. I wanted it on the box with a quote.
Yeah, you took out the character.
Yeah. I mean, it was my first autograph and stuff like that. I didn't have a case or anything, so I didn't want it to be smudged. I was like, hey, if I put him on the pot, but this time he wasn't there. But at least I jumped in line for him and got Mario.
And that's awesome. And
it is.
All right.
It is. And then again, I don't know what, but this, like I said, I told you, and I'll tell you guys. But this guy in front of me had a shirt. It was a green.
Oh God, I remember this story.
It was a green shirt, button up. It had the fireballs and it had the little pipes on it. It was a Mario themed shirt, and he's like, "I don't have anything to sign," so he took his shirt off, and he signed the collar, like in black marker. You can see mine's red. It really makes it pop on the white.
Yeah.
And so he had signed the collar, and he's like, "This is gonna wash out." He's like, "I'm gonna frame it." I know we get jerseys signed. I know we get stuff like that signed, but
yes,
it was on the collar. It was no bigger than this font. I mean, you could barely see it because the collar was such a dark hunter green.
And he probably had a hard time trying to sign something like in that area.
And then just like when we went to the Comic-Con when you were in line, I was in line for Nolan North to get Nathan Drake's autograph. Yeah. The guy behind me had a belt buckle.
That's right. I remember you telling me that.
The guy had because from Nathan Drake. Drake's Deception from the PlayStation 3 Collection Edition. You got like a wardrobe, you got the ring, you got the statue for Uncharted 3.
You had that, didn't you?
I got rid of it.
Oh, okay.
But it was a belt buckle. He had, I don't have anything to sign, so I just brought this belt buckle. I'm like, get a pop or something.
Like, why didn't you buy a poster right before you got in line or something?
Right. I don't know, but a picture. And then the guy behind me at this Orlando Collectors Con, the guy bought a little card about that big. I mean, it had to be the size of a credit card. I mean, but the Mario was like about this big.
Oh my God!
And he was the Mario dressed up in the frog suit from Mario 3. The card itself was signed by Charles, but the thing is, they wanted $300 for that damn thing.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I just didn't know. I mean, $300. I mean, they had other stuff there too. They had They had all the 64 games up there. They had Nintendo games, but they're all Japanese. So, yes, they were Famicom and Super Famicom style Japanese, but they're all signed by him. But they were like $600 for the game. But I just I don't know. I mean, I'd rather get a pop or a poster or something. Not
exactly.
Me, if it's a jersey to go for like a baseball player or a football player, basketball, that's one thing. You get shoes, that's one thing. It's a jersey. But something like that, I would stick to a poster.
I'll tell you, if I probably would have had it, and if I had a pop of Mario, I probably would have had that sign instead of the picture that I had. But you know what? I'm happy with what I got signed.
Well, see, the thing is, a picture you can put up on the frame up like you did.
Yeah.
Like I did. And so when people walk into your room or house,
see it.
You can see it. Pop, yeah, you can see them, but it's like you have to really look at it.
Yeah.
So also too, like I said, I wanted to do a video, but there was nothing there to take a video. There was hardly any cosplays.
Really?
It was nothing up there.
That was one piece of information you didn't tell me when you first told me.
Hardly any cosplay people up there.
Wow. You normally see a lot of people cosplaying in these kind of things.
Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, it was more. It was more like, like a gun show. It was like just because we went there.
Display.
It was all. It was basically just every single booth and everything was all Pokemon cards. Had one booth with like artwork, and then one booth of like toys and nostalgic stuff. But everything else was all Pokemon cards, like 98%. Because we went there, told my wife, I'm like, I don't think we had to walk around. I mean, I could just stand there in the middle of the building, going, yeah, there's nothing there, and that's just, we were there for about maybe an hour.
Yeah, no offense to the Pokemon fans, but I'm not, and you're not either. So,
but my nephew is a huge Pokemon fan, so my wife did buy him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they remember they just got out of school. So he graduated. He did really good for school and stuff like that. He got good grades, so she just went ahead and bought him something like that. But I mean, maybe some Magic the Gathering cards. They had some of the new.
Well, yeah, the Magic the Gathering I probably would have looked a little bit at because
Yeah,
I like
but
that
it wasn't much of that either. And then since that new, I don't not really about trading cards, but I didn't know this until my brother-in-law has them. But I guess Disney has their own playing cards.
Really?
Yeah, it's got like all the Disney cartoons in it. It's a new game. It came out maybe a year or so or 2 years. Disney came out with a new I forgot what it's called. It starts with an L, but I'll show you. If nobody knows, I'll put a picture up there so you guys can see it. But he collects them too. But a little bit of that, but 99% was Pokemon. And like I said, there was no need for me to stay there.
I guess it was a good thing that I didn't exactly over any money for that because I already, like I said, I already had that. So,
but at least he does Luigi's.
That probably would have been the only thing I would have done.
Like Luigi, Wario, and Luigi. So I mean, he does all four of the plumbers and the baby Mario and Luigi. But other than that, I mean, like I said, I was up there with my Goku and Goku Black Pop. He wasn't there, so it's like, you know what? Let me jump in the line for him. I waited maybe 15 minutes. Got signed, talked to him for a little bit, and then I was like, okay, let's go look around. And we walked around for maybe 20 minutes. I'm like, Pokemon. Like, let's just go home.
So I'm a little bored.
Yeah, we did. I mean, it was a very small con. It wasn't like Orlando's Megacon.
That was
so we just left. I mean, we got up there at like 10 o'clock. We left at like 11:30. We went to a Chick-fil-A and just got lunch and then head on home. But on the other stuff too, that when I came home, I was looking up for more people, and I found out there's another Megacon, which is in Miami, July 13th.
So that's coming up.
Yes, and that is where I bring this person in.
Oh, yes.
She's finally coming to Miami. Ashley Johnson, who plays Ellie in The Last of Us Part 1 and Part 2. Obviously, this is a Part 2 version of her. I do have Joel. He is on my shelf, so whenever Troy Baker does come, I'm going to get him.
Yes, definitely.
I have 2 quotes I'm probably going to do, especially I know what Joel is going to do for his. Is going to be, you have no idea what loss is.
The show?
No. Remember the part where he was like talking, remember part 1 when Ellie ran off into the barn and then...
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so like, the part where she's like, talking, he's like, let's go. She ran off with the horse.
Yes.
And then Joel's like, you have no idea what loss is because she brings up Sarah.
Yes.
So on his pop, I want to have, Troy Baker and then, Joel, and then maybe a quote because you have no idea what loss is. I was going to do her something from the same scene, and I'm like, yes. And then I'm like realizing like maybe I can put, what's that thing she always says? Endurance and survival.
Oh,
it was like endurance and survival.
You would know that better than me because you've played it more than I have.
So I'm like, you know what? 1, and then what is better than 1 is 2. So I'm getting them both signed. And so yeah, she's coming down to Miami, and so it's called Florida Supercom. So I'm gonna go down.
Wow.
Yeah, and the tickets there are like $70. So hopefully.
Holy smokes!
Yeah. So.
And you better get your money's worth on that one.
Yeah, yeah. So I decided to get two, and then I think one of these is going to have it like, since she is from part 2, I'm going to have her sign "Where's Abby?"
Oh, okay.
Because in part 2 she is, going
I've heard.
from,
Yeah, I haven't played part 2, but I do know about the character Abby.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? I'll have her sign both of those. Either she does have another quote in there too from the first one where she's like, I think she says, "I lost people too," but something like that, and then that's where
that was when those two
were fighting.
Yeah,
and then he goes, "You have no idea what lost is," and also too to the other side of me, in September the 22nd and the 23rd, in Ocala. The voice actor who plays Whis is going to be up in Ocala, which I'm going to go up there and grab his. I have a pop of him eating a thing of noodles. Matter of fact, get those two over there. Just 1 second, guys. Yeah, get them. Yep, there's Beerus. And get my Whis. There you go. So, you guys can see those two in camera. There they are, Whis and Beerus, both eating bowls of noodles.
Sweet.
And so, he's going to be in Ocala. And then in the second day, he's going to be in West Palm.
That's quite the weekend, man.
It's going to be a weekend. And the guy, I think his real name, Jason, I forgot his last name, but he plays Beerus. I'm like, I have to get those.
Yeah.
So, Saturday and Sunday, I'm going to be in Ocala and then West Palm.
Definitely.
So that's my big adventure for this con, for those 3 cons.
That's quite the weekend, man. Woo! I'm telling you, you're going to be quite busy.
Yeah, I think that's pretty badass.
I'd go myself, but I don't have the loose change to go. So.
It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be definitely rough. So we got a lot of stuff coming up.
And I'm pretty sure on that one you can probably film something there.
I'm sure because Ocala was pretty nice. We went to the last one in last September. It was a nice one. It was a lot of cool stuff. That's where I got my Star Wars Cal Kestis sign.
Oh, that's right. I actually forgot about your Cal Kestis.
So the guy Cameron up there.
Man, I really wish I could have gone down because I love the
also
those
too
Jedi games.
Also too, the Orlando we went to was Ray Park, who played Darth Maul. He was there. His line was like
stupid insane.
3 hours. Not to mention the original Pink Ranger was there, Kimberly, and the original Blue Ranger Billy was there too.
It's funny you mentioned that too because lately
I know you've been watching Power Rangers.
I've been Power Rangering in the past week or so.
Yeah, so they were there, and for their ages, they look great, and Kimberly still looks fine as fuck.
I do agree because they take care of themselves.
Amy Jo Johnson, man, she's still. Whew.
And I'm not sure if you know, you may know, but you know why Billy was the the actor who plays Billy is so fit.
Well, what else he do?
Because before he was on the show, he was a professional gymnast. That's why he's so fit.
Yeah, he still looks pretty damn good too. I mean, he did look good for his age. Well, they both did.
They aged really well.
So, in Ocala in September, Ray Park was going to be there again too.
Oh, nice.
So my wife got a pop for him, but her pop is a rare pop. Is exclusive because every Darth Maul pop is out there is either from the Clone Wars,
right,
or something else. And she got the official Phantom Menace pop.
So the Phantom Menace one is not that.
It's different from the
more
other.
Rare.
It's more rare because on the back of her box it says Star Wars Collection, all that stuff.
See, I would have thought that the Phantom Menace one would be the more.
It's more rare.
I didn't think that was going to be the more rare one.
Of course, it's the live action one where the Clone Wars is a cartoon CGI type one.
So yeah, that was the only time he was live action.
Yeah.
Okay, sis.
But even though that Ray Park played him, he didn't really say a whole lot of lines because his voice was different than they wanted more, Sith whatever. So
he had like this soft, whispery voice when he did talk in the Phantom Menace.
Yeah, exactly.
But Like you said,
But
not too many
anyway,
lines.
so she's going to try. Like I said, when we get to Ocala, I'm going to just dart to his lines and save her
Dude, I
spot.
would.
So,
I remember when
because my wife can't run that fast like me. I got, I'm 6'5", and I can like run. Like that's how I got Star Wars. But I'm just going to run there, get her, and then I'm going to jump in line and get Whis.
Yes.
So Whis eating noodles and the beer's eating noodles.
Well, that's what those two love to do. They love to eat.
Yeah, they did. They did. And so that's my whole, Comic-Con stuff that's going to be happening this year. Like I said, I got Ellie, and then I got these two. And then, yeah, like I said, hopefully there's more stuff down there to film or something, like I said, because this one was just trading cards. And I was like...
That's a shame, too, because I'm like...
Yeah.
You figured maybe they'd give more variety than just mostly Pokemon.
It was so, ugh.
I mean, I get a lot of people like Pokemon, but
They do.
not everyone does.
They
so,
don't. But
we kind of miss out on some things because most people like it and some people don't. And you're like, what am I supposed to do here? Like,
All right. So that's the Comic-Con update. Let's bust into this podcast. The real episode. And like I was telling you, if you have a favorite book, movie, or video game, the universe, we're going to be talking about what universe we would love to live in, and why would we live in that world. And I'll give you the mic, and you can explain what universe you would live in. And I want to take a guess. You'll probably say Batman. You'll say nope.
You're exactly right. I am going to say no to that.
Because you're a huge Batman fan.
I will tell you this before I actually get into what I actually would live in. I thought of Batman, but then I was like, you know what? It'd just be a little too much for me to live in.
Oh.
Because think about Gotham City. It's a crime-ridden place with super villains up the ass. I'm not down with trying to go to work every damn day and try to dodge the Batmobile or some kind of contraption Joker came up with or Penguin's crazy-ass vehicle. I'm not down with that.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm giving you the part where you can live in there. Who knows? You could be part of Batman's crew. You could be...
True. But
I mean, like I said, I didn't say to say you to be a civilian in the fucking thing. It's like I said, what universe? I mean, if somebody goes, I want to be in the Marvel universe, I want to be an X-Men. Okay, well, are you going to be an X-Men or are you going to be a civilian? Most people say, well, okay, you want to live in the Marvel, you want to have superpowers and do stuff. So what universe?
So I was kind of looking at it like this. I figured you was talking about we wouldn't be exactly part of.
Well, no, full on fucking. You're in that. I don't give a shit. You could be a super person. You could be a civilian. You could.
Well, just like in our favorite top 5 movies, my number 1 was Star Wars, and Star Wars would be the universe I'd live in.
Oh, okay, well, I mean, as soon as you said something about top 5, a lot of movies, I thought you were going to say, top 5, I'm like, oh shit, was he going to sit there and say Red Dead or something?
No.
You want to go live in the Wild West.
No, I
so you want to, okay,
live in the Wild West.
So you're going to live in the Star Wars universe.
I would.
Are you going to be a Jedi, are you going to be a Sith, or are you going to be a smuggler?
Well, I was sitting there thinking, if I was any of those, the reasons why I would, if I was a Sith or a Jedi, some kind of Force user, why I would obviously using the Force would be awesome. Weaponry would be an awesome thing.
Here's the thing is, too, you could be a Jedi, you could be a Sith, or I know some people call it the Gray Jedi.
Yeah, the Gray Jedi.
Like what Ashoka is.
Yes.
She's kind of but she's not disconnect herself from the Force, but she's still...
Yeah. Kind of like Seer in... the Jedi games.
Okay.
But that's probably what I would be if I was.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Any kind of Force user.
What planet would you live on?
See, that comes to the other thing that I wouldn't mind because I wouldn't have to set myself one place. I can adventure all over.
Well, I mean, obviously we could all venture to different planets, but I mean, what would be your home world?
I think if I was going to come down to any kind of world, probably as crazy as it sounds, I'd probably live on Coruscant.
Everybody would. I mean,
because
who
that's
would live
where
on
it's happening at.
Who would live on Tatooine? Who would live
No,
on Hoth? Who
I
would
bet-
live on? Who would live on? Even like the newer ones, Jakku or
because Jakku is a lot like Tatooine.
exactly.
Neither one of those are of my range.
So technically, you would be a great Jedi, Force sensitive.
Yes.
Like you said, and then live on Coruscant.
Yeah. And I guess if it wasn't a Force user, I'd be something like Han Solo, like a smuggler or something, piloting a ship, being a fantastic pilot.
Right.
So those would be part of one of the two things I would do. I'd probably lean more with the Force user than
Would you have a companion
definitely.
like how Han had Chewie?
Yeah,
He had a
I
Wookiee.
definitely would have. Some
And then you know how Dash Rendar had the robot,
this droid.
the droid. So would you have a droid or would you have
Honestly,
a creature?
a droid is nice, but I think a living being is a bit better.
A creature like would
Yeah.
you have a
Probably.
Wookiee or would you have a Gungan?
I'd probably go with the Wookiee
Of course you would.
because it's just Wookiees
Now,
are
would
awesome.
you have a ship like the Falcon, a big Krillian ship?
I would want my ship to be like you said, like the Millennium Falcon or the Outrider.
Well, you can't have those because
I know
take
that,
it, but
but-
you want a big Krillian ship.
Yeah,
So you want something
Definitely.
big and then stuff like that. But if you had a ship like that, that could be your house and all that stuff.
that's what I mean. It's like I couldn't really exactly base down.
But I mean,
one
if you had to do something, where's your home planet? Is of course not.
yeah, I'd be like, you know what? This is where I originally go. This is where I lay my head at when I'm ready to rest up.
Yeah. See me, if I was in the Star Wars universe, I probably, probably like 99% of people are like, I want to be Jedi's.
True.
I would also be like, I would say, like, I don't want to say gray Jedi, but almost like what Qui-Gon was.
Yeah.
He's still a Jedi, but yet he kind of sees the council like, all right, you know what? I'm not doing it your way. I'm doing it my way.
Yeah.
But
see, you can only do that for so long before
you become a gray Jedi.
Yeah.
Almost that. So, I mean, I guess I would do the same thing too because I don't want to be controlled by the council.
That's it.
But I don't want to be controlled by the council, and I do not want to sit there and be like
straight up evil either. 'cause
exactly.
I'm
I
not
wanna be
down
neutral.
for exactly. It's
You want
like
to just be neutral.
I do want to do stuff for myself. Yes, being attached like the Jedi had no attachment. Nah, I can't be. I'm not down with that.
You got to find some love.
Exactly. I gotta
interest,
have a family. I gotta have friendship.
exactly.
Something like that.
But where you're not trying to get into your emotions to make you evil and corrupted.
True.
Like Anakin did.
Yes.
All right. Like I said, if I was I'll be a neutral Jedi. The gray, and then a lot of people probably don't know this, but I'm sure they do. But in the new Star Wars stuff, they in Disney they have a new world called Batuu.
I did hear about
Yeah.
that.
And we went there we went to Disney and stuff like that, and it was like, oh my god! And I also played a game called Tales of the Galaxy's Edge, and the whole story is more about Batuu and about the whole and
this was there.
yeah, the whole place is
okay.
about that. So Batuu looks like a nice little place to live on, stuff like that.
What kind of what kind of environment is it?
It's forest, mountain.
Kind of almost like the moon of Endor.
No, this is it almost reminds you of like the Grand Canyon, just with a lot of forest on it instead of desert.
Okay.
It's a weird planet, but it's pretty cool. There's a lot of history in there about the High Republic as well too. Exactly.
Okay.
So it's a cool little planet, So I live somewhere, like I said, different than other people would probably pick, like Hoth or Dagobah or something like that.
Now, I think if it wasn't Coruscant, I probably would live somewhere like the moon of Endor. Because if I did want to get away from that city life for a little while, I think that would be the other place.
I'll probably go to like a remote, like really far out in the galaxy where it's not too close to all that. If you just want to kind of clear your head and stuff like that.
Like somewhere like on the Outer Rim or
for
something.
for real. So you would love it. I thought maybe you would be in the world of Batman or something.
I do.
Even that, I thought it was going to be Ghostbusters. And I thought maybe you'd be like, I want to be a Ghostbuster.
I thought of Ghostbusters, but it was like that's like a real. It's already a real city. You know what I mean?
Well, New York.
It's New York. It's already like a real place technically. So I was like, I'm like, you know what? I'll stay away from.
So basically,
a little bit
you went
more-
ahead to your top 5 movies in
Yeah.
Star Wars.
So I was like,
Now let me ask you a question: what color lightsaber would you have?
what color lightsaber would I have? Probably.
And
Probably.
okay, here's a question: what color lightsaber? And I know you probably would you be a single or would you be a dual lightsaber?
Well, I can answer that second part right now. Easier. I'll have like what Cal Kestis had. We can break off into a duel and then put it back into.
Now, would you have those lightsabers same color like Ashoka, or would you have one like a blue and one like a red or an orange?
One. I'm glad you brought that up because I was gonna say that because one blade would be purple,
Nice.
and then I think the other one would be not like a crimson, but like just a lighter red, not
Almost,
fully-
almost like Darth Revan,
yeah.
because he that's what he had in Old Republic was like a purple and like a reddish.
Yeah.
Color. Yeah. That's a nice mixture.
So that would be what I'd have. You know?
That'd be a nice color. Me, I would have a single blade. I think I could just be a one single blade person, and I would get my color maybe amber, almost like an orange.
Oh yeah, I kind of figured
You
that
know,
with you.
not a yellow, but because just an orange lightsaber,
Yeah.
that'd be pretty badass.
Because I think also what I would also do, for the fact I would do something similar to what Cal Kestis did in Jedi Survivor, equip myself and also a firearm. I wouldn't just rely on the lightsabers itself.
Like Obi-Wan
Because,
said.
honestly-
What Obi-Wan say? So uncivilized. He just threw the gun.
I definitely would not be like Obi-Wan on that one. I'd be like Cal
Yeah,
Kestis when it comes to
as
that
he
one.
shot Grievous, he goes, so uncivilized. He just threw it down.
Even though he had to use it to take out Grievous, but he was like, yeah.
All right. Star Wars.
But yeah, I mean, Cal Kestis was definitely an inspiration of my decision of making it Star Wars universe that I would live in because I like the idea of Cal Kestis. Even though he's not the strongest character by
no.
far.
No, but he's still a good character.
But he is a good character. He's after everything he's been through, he doesn't let just the light side bound him. He has dark side tendencies, but he uses it in a good way.
Yeah.
I mean, because all of us, we have light and dark in us
Of course.
in real life. So that's why I would not bound myself to
Of course.
light or just straight dark.
Exactly. And if you feel yourself, trying to get to the dark side, try to get yourself back in the middle.
Exactly.
If you
Because I figured right there in the middle is the perfect spot to be at if you're going to live in that universe.
we all going to do our good things,
Yeah,
and then we're all going to do our bad things.
exactly.
Like if someone came up to you and goes, Mister, you're a Jedi. Can you help me something? And you're like, okay, I'll help you. And then there was a talking about that because this is an actual quest not a quest, but it's a side mission in Old Republic. You go somewhere and one lady's asking you to help her find her son. You go places, you find her son. She's like, do you want a reward? I'm like, no need.
Okay.
That's basically a gray, tell you that you're whatever. And you're like, yeah, I'll take a reward. Or no, I'll take the reward is more of a gray. No reward basically makes you even more light.
Yeah.
And then basically I ain't helping you find your kid. I'm gonna fucking just kill you.
That's straight dark side
That's
right there.
exactly the dark side. So it's like if you, I just think there's
mean,
no
me-
reward necessary because I'll find my own damn money.
And that's even the way I play Red Dead, for instance. I'll help people
And
in
just
the game, but sometimes, if I've got, let's say, a legendary pelt on my horse and they need a ride, you're on your own, pal.
Yeah, because I'm not throwing that shit away.
Hell no.
So that would be your universe. More plus Star Wars, you can expand yourself more out there.
That's what I mean. There's so much to fucking explore, and that's the reason why I went with it. Because it was either that, or I was thinking about the world of Ready Player One. Of just even though you're not really doing it, it's still a game because I am a gamer.
Well, guess what?
That's
the
yours.
one.
That's yours.
I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, man, I can't just pick one damn world. I'm like,
Oh, son.
I'm going Ready Player One. I'm going Ready Player One because guess what? From horror to sci-fi to drama to
Yeah.
action to anything, you just put that thing on there, and then you just get yourself one of those vests that you can like.
Yeah.
I read the book. I love the book. I didn't like the. I mean, I read the second one part. The Ready Player 2. Wasn't a big fan of it.
I didn't read that one at all.
Okay, I read the book. A lot of things changed. I went to go see it in theaters. The movie. It was different. I think the reason why they changed it from the book because of licensing, because it was
A lot of 80s nostalgia.
No, it's not that, but it was licensed by Warner Brother and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So Universal, but a lot of things in the book was more, because they had Star Wars in the book. You can't have mention Star Wars because that was Disney, so you can't do that.
Yeah,
so
because Disney would be
they had
playing
to
that.
eliminate a lot of things, but in the first book, the first task or the first the key, he had to play Joust.
Yeah, I remember that because I didn't read the book. I listened to it on audio.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Oh, when did you do that? I didn't know you
a couple
did.
years ago.
Did Dave, your brother, let you borrow?
He was listening. He started listening to it, and it got me thinking. I was like, so I went looking on my phone apps, and I saw an app where you can read books, and I picked Ready Player One. And I was
Okay.
listening to
So
it.
yeah, so the first task he had to play Joust, and in the movie they did a race.
Yep.
The second one, in the book, he had to do.
Like I said, it's been a couple years ago.
He had
so
to do. He had to do a quote for something, and in the movie he did the Shining, and then the third. I forgot what he did in the book for the third quest.
that one I don't remember either, but it was the third
But
one
in the third
movie.
one, they had to do the adventure thing.
Yeah,
So
for Atari. I
when
think.
we're like talking about adventure, universe, I would do Ready Player One, where at least I could sit there and go into my real world, and then like, hey, listen, I want to do the Matrix. Okay, just come home, put your little fucking visor on,
See,
and then I could be in the world of Matrix. Okay, we take the visor, we go back, we go click, we walk into the world of Star Wars, let me go to Harry Potter, let me go to Back to the Future. I have all the worlds. You have access to all the worlds, and then when you can buy that bodysuit,
yeah.
it's like then you can just go in there and play like your whatever, and like I said, just try not to lose your shit.
Now, see, let me tell you, I thought your pick was gonna be the Matrix.
Well, even though Matrix was on one of my top lists of the movies, but it's like even said,
Yeah.
if I had a choice of the Oculus, or the Oasis,
You basically
sorry,
have
the
just-
Oasis, you have.
An infinite amount.
We're almost there. We have the Quest 3, we have the PlayStation VR 2.
Yep.
Nothing's like that yet, but if they did, and you can just go in there and make money to go to your real bank account.
That's actually really cool. I like that idea.
It's like where you work at in this. This is my job.
This is my job right here.
I'm an accountant, and all I do is I sit on my sofa and then put this on there and just I'm an accountant.
Okay, you're done. Okay.
Exactly. I mean, can you imagine if kids can go to school there, but yet they still can interact? I mean,
Yeah.
and still like look like how we are now. So yeah, my world would be the universe of Ready Player One
I
because
can't believe my pick was on my secondary pick. Would have been your pick at the same. That would have been a crazy one.
Because
right
the
there.
thing is you have the both. You have everything.
Yeah.
I mean, you have every, and then like I said, you have all the worlds. You don't have to just live in one world. You have everything. The Matrix. Matrix is almost right there, anyways, into the fucking Oasis. But you have everything.
Kind of like it, so that's a little bit.
I mean, then
more
it's
real.
like that. It's like I can sit there and buy myself a DeLorean. I can sit there and buy myself an X-wing. I can
like
sit there.
what's his name in the character? The main character. You had that DeLorean.
Yeah.
Wait, what's his? I can't remember the main character's name.
Parzival.
Parzival, that's it. But I liked his DeLorean because it wasn't just the DeLorean. He had stuff from Kit on his car
Oh yeah, because that's how it was in the book.
Yeah,
He had everything because in the book he had
he
had a DeLorean with the Echo license plate.
Yeah,
and then the kit, yeah, 'cause it was all decked out with his.
I
80s.
love that idea that his DeLorean.
So I mean, you could sit there and be in Oasis in Ready Player One and have a DeLorean, but yet a paint job like the X-wing.
That's true.
Even though it's a DeLorean,
true.
people are like, well, that's not really bad. It doesn't matter to be Back to the Future. It's a DeLorean, but I can have anything I want.
Yep.
You know, if you want the Back to the Future, if you want a DeLorean in Ready Player One, if you want your car to be a paint job of Knight Rider, you know, all black
DeLorean, that would be really sick.
I mean, shit. And then, like I said, if you're in that universe, and then like you could just, well, I feel like driving or hovering today, let me go get my X-wing out of the fucking garage and take off, and then I can go anywhere I want. Then I can go and visit those worlds, you know, of Star Wars.
Yeah.
Harry Potter, and learn magic.
And I'll tell you this now, Harry Potter was right up there too.
And
it was between, for me, it was Star Wars, Ready Player One, and Harry Potter was the areas
and
I was
the thing is that
into.
if you, in my universe, I don't know, I forgot if they did this, but if you went into like Harry Potter and learned how to do magic, once you leave that world, you still learn how to use magic. So if you went into Star Wars, you can learn magic with the lightsaber.
That would be insane. You, like, if you were a Sith and you knew
magic,
that death.
Oh yeah, exactly.
That kill
fucking
spell,
exactly.
Lightsaber, that boom, and then you're
for
dead.
real. I mean, I wouldn't make it where like once you leave that world, you're stripped all your powers. No, you learned those powers.
Wow.
So you
that
learn.
Would be.
But remember, if you're gonna be in that world, remember if you went into that one place, Doom.
Yes.
Everyone's fucking. I mean, come on, you're gonna need all these fucking crazy ass powers.
But see, the only thing that bugs me about that is like once you die, you lose everything.
Well, that's why there's some people that probably just go in there and just do their job and not do crazy shit.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna be one of those people, and and like play those games, okay. But if you're gonna be a person like you're a typical person who just puts the Oasis in, and then like I'm just gonna do my bank job, I'm a bank teller, and just do your honest job, and then come home, and then you go out to Disney, or you go to California, wherever the hell you want to. That's fine, but then you're gonna be a hardcore person where you're like, I'm gonna go risk everything. If you die, you start from scratch one.
That means you lose all your real money.
That's why I would go in there with like two bank accounts. So like I would sit there and have like, okay, I got my savings and I got this bank account. So like I'll put all the stuff in there, and then like you want to go gamble something. That's basically gambling.
Yeah.
It's like, but yeah, it's like you've been 10 years in there. You got all this armor.
Kind of like that one character in the movie.
Iraq.
He said, I got like 10 years in me. You crazy?
Exactly. So I mean, that's one thing that you just gotta look out for. But I mean, if you could be hardcore, but that's the universe.
You'd really have to play it safe in that.
Yeah, you would.
You really would.
Yeah.
But I guess in the same sense, you'd have to play your cards right if you lived in the Star Wars universe too, because if you die, you really die.
Yeah, mind game, you die, I just log out and go, I'm still here. But my mind is gone.
Yeah, damn.
I mean, it's just
as
a
joke.
I mean, it's just like playing GTA or something like that online, and you get banded. All your for 12 years or how many years we played for,
sometimes
is all gone.
Sometimes with that, that's completely unfair because some people got banned for unfairly because someone actually modding their stuff and putting it on.
You play stupid.
That happened. Yeah.
You play stupid games, you get stupid prizes.
Yes.
So I mean, it's just like that. So but yeah, that would be my world.
Okay, not bad. Because like I said, that was very close.
Because it's like I can sit there and relive movies.
Yeah.
Maybe go in there and like watch a movie, or go ahead and play it.
You also gotta think this too. Like in the Star Wars world, they had shows and stuff like that you can watch too. So you can find a whole nother fandom out there somewhere, and enjoy that too. Wouldn't just be strictly just like on planet Earth,
Well, you want to be on planet Earth because Earth doesn't exist. You got Coruscant and fucking...
Yeah.
and Ewoks.
But like I
and
said,
shit.
I'm pretty sure like there's plenty of entertainment like that.
Oh, of
out
course,
there.
you're gonna have a lot of stuff. I mean, just go to Coruscant. Coruscant's like the fucking
Almost
number
got
one.
everything, really.
Like, Coruscant has everything. But I'm just saying, like me, I want to, that's why I choose Ready Player One, because I have the buff of all the worlds. It's like
Yeah.
I can visit any movie I want. I can visit any, I can go be a Western. I can go and then grab some Western gear.
Now, I would say this would be kind of cool though. Like if I lived in the Oasis world, go in the world of like Red Dead into it, I think that would be fun.
Well, you could. I mean, everything nowadays would be loaded into that frame. So it's like
you can literally.
I'm
go
sure
into
someone
that kind
would
of
be
form.
like, you just go in there, type in Red Dead, and then, oh shit.
Pretty sure a
And
lot
then
of
you
stuff on that.
and then you can just go into Red Dead, and you're like, I'm riding a horse. I got my fucking 6-shooter.
That would be.
I mean,
you know what would be even more crazier though, is if you was able to go.
Dragon Ball, be a fucking Super Saiyan.
There you go. There you go.
Or The Last of Us.
That's a dangerous world to live in.
I mean, exactly.
It'd be no different than living in a
instead
zombie apocalypse.
instead of playing a game on your TV and your PlayStation, go in there and relive and live that world, and actually see Joel and Ellie pass you by, and they're like, "What's up?" And you're just you with a shotgun. And you're like, "Oh, this fucking world's crazy. Holy shit."
You better come in there
And
locked
then
and loaded.
and then after that, go into the world of Resident Evil and see the difference.
Yeah. You're just going in straight horror mode right there.
But I was just saying, and then you can go into The Shining
That
or The
just
Exorcist.
like what they showed in the fucking movie. That it would be a world I don't think I'd want to go in.
Or even go in the world like they said, The Matrix or John Wick. Or anybody out there anybody out there for cars and like, hey, I want to go into the Fast and Furious, and you see
that would probably be very similar.
You see Paul Walker as Brian, and you see Vin Diesel as and then like, hey, I want to race you, and then look at you go, what?
Like, tell me you didn't just say that to me.
And you never know.
You know, those races could probably be very similar to the first race they had in the movie.
But you never know. You could go in there and like you said, you race them, you'll lose, but then you get money, you build your car up, and then you might win a race and get a reward or something.
Yeah, if you can.
But and do stuff like that, like go into and make it where like you went to the movie, and then you get trophies. Like say you beat them, but it's like very rare that you beat them and you actually bid. You get like some kind of cool jacket. And then if you wear it in your Oasis, and people are like, where do you get that from? And then you just pop your screen up. I won the race between Dom and Brian.
In fact, you can brag about
that. And you show off your jacket with like a fucking gold tire or something.
Yeah.
And then people don't believe you. Like, look at the scoreboard. I beat them. And then it would be cool to go in there and like.
And they would be very hard to beat because they're probably be programmed to be very
difficult. But it'll be one of those things where like, you want to brag about it for trophies. You actually wear a jacket with a pin on it. The back of it would say like, Fast and the Furious winner or some shit. I don't know. And you can only get that. It's like some games, like when you get something, it's only bond to you, so you can't really trade it to nobody.
Okay.
So when you kill a big beast, like you get the staff. And it's only bond to you, so you can't really sell it to somebody. And somebody goes, "I bought it. Here it is. I beat him." It's like you didn't do shit. You bought that off of the damn marketplace.
So you wouldn't be able to like buy it off the person you won from, and like, hey, I did this, and
exactly.
So people won't steal your credit.
Exactly. So it would be bond to you. So it's like, how do you get that? You had to get it from beating. You couldn't just buy it off of stuff.
You literally had to earn that shit.
Exactly. So that's how a reason why I said I'll choose the Oasis, because there'll be more stuff like that where like you go into the Last of Us and do a couple like survival missions and stuff like that.
Like a survival round. Oh man!
So basically, it'd be you and some other people, and then you see Ellie and Joel, and then you fighting clickers and hunters and shit like that. And you get to like, I don't know, round 100 or something. You get a badass fucking gun that says Ellie and Joel, or
it would be really cool if you did get a gun, and it had special ammo for it, like exploding rounds
for real. And then maybe you can like take that special ammo and go into the Resident Evil
and then you'd be like fucking
Exactly.
just rocking them zombies world, man. Or even some of those monsters in Resident Evil 2.
Yeah.
Like, check this out. Boom!
Exactly. So I mean, that's the reason why I would pick the Oasis or Ready Player One, because it's like so much. I mean, just our world just crammed into a computer server.
All kinds of
That's the reason why. That's the reason why I'm like sitting there thinking about what universe. I'm like, well, I would do Dragon Ball. I would do, like I said, anime. I would do like Dragon Ball. But I was like, no, I'll do like, Neo. No, I'll do John Wick. I'm like, fuck it. I'll have everything.
So you were like, I couldn't narrow just down to one. I'm gonna try to figure out a way
Ready Player
so
One,
I can
baby.
cram it all into one.
Ready Player One, baby. That's where I'm going to.
Like I said, I was very close to saying that one, but Star Wars ended up being the top, and I was like,
because then, like I said, Ready Player One, you can go back and relive and be in the army and go into World War II if you like. You want to say teachers.
Yeah.
If they're like, hey guys, we're going to go back here, push a button and a fucking wardrobe comes in. Everybody's sized for your army, but the thing is that you're in a box so you can't get shot because you're in a tour.
Yes.
But take your class back to 1940s, relive that. Be on the boat.
Yeah.
So when it goes in, so you could actually feel that. But make it where you can't get shot and die because you're on a class tour. But still, make you feel like when you're on that boat.
Just look at the horrors of war.
Just being on a boat, but you still get that boat, the boat motion. You're getting like, I'm gonna get nauseous. You're gonna be thrown up like everybody else does, and then when it goes 30 seconds, and
all of a sudden your little box hovers around, gets into a spot where you can see everything happening.
So I mean, I really would love if they actually brought that in real life, because
trust me, I would like for some kind of gaming platform that can do that. I think that would be awesome.
We're almost there, man, with the Quest and all this VR.
And honestly, the way they had their goggles in Ready Player One, those things seem to look and feel probably comfortable.
About a week ago, I had a friend over. I don't think I told you, but our friend John, he moved.
Oh, he did move.
They sold a house and they needed a place to crash before they, so they came here for 2 nights.
Oh, really?
And he brought his Quest 3.
Oh.
Yeah, so I was like, I tried it on and we played this game called Close Encounters, and I mapped out my whole I mapped out my whole living room and my kitchen, and then all of a sudden really look, my roof was breaking in, and then little monsters, little aliens.
Was it like aliens and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, because I was sitting there thinking aliens when you said that.
Yeah, so this little alien ship comes on. It looks like it crashed on my sofa, and then it gives you a gun, and then it gives you 2 guns, and then you just...
Wow.
They break through your thing, and then after they break your wall, you look outside your house. It's like another fucking planet. You see planets. And it was so badass.
Dude, what is this thing? What's it called again?
It's the Quest 3. It's the VR.
I'm gonna have to look that up because
it's the Quest 3. It's the new thing. But I'm saying we're getting the Quest 3. We're getting the PlayStation. We got Apple. We got Apple Vision Pro.
Don't they have like a VR thing on
what, Apple?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the $3,500 thing. But Jesus. I mean, we're getting so there. It's like Oasis is. It's got to be the next 10 years. We can just sit home and work from home.
At least 10, maybe 10, possibly, maybe 20 years at best.
Don't say 20 years. I don't want to be 6 years old and going, well.
I mean, you know what?
Part-time job now.
They were doing it in the movie. They had all the people in the movie doing that shit.
I mean, I would. I wouldn't be going to work. I'd be like, wake up in the morning, watch some TV, and then like watch the news, and like, gotta go to work.
And you know what you could do? You can actually see the news while you're in that too.
Yeah, but then you would feel like you don't want to live in there too much. But like, I mean,
that's
but still,
true.
It's like, it's like, gotta go to work.
I'm in.
Exactly. It's like, what are you going to do today? I'm just going to go drive my DeLorean around. And then after you're done, you just log out, and then you take your goggles off, put on a charging station.
Like you literally lived an entire day, and you didn't have to move hardly anywhere.
Well, I mean, you still have to. I mean,
Like you said, you gotta take a break and eat.
but still, I
drink.
mean, you get one of those treadmills that he had.
That's true.
So
You get
basically,
your
I mean,
exercise like that.
if you really want to go and do that and say, hey, I want to go run track, you know, so you're not being a fucking couch potato.
Yeah, that's very true.
So then you can just get one of those machines and you just start like, I want to go track, and you just like.
Yeah, that's actually another good thing about that. I mean, you can get your exercise in like that.
And then all of a sudden you gotta do is like you get gloves, right? That has really good feedback.
Yeah.
And then you can simulate like 100 pounds.
Yeah,
So
weightlifting.
50. So then you can go do that, and then your arms will automatically download 50 pounds, 50 pounds. So then you feel like you're lifting 100.
That would be insane.
I mean,
that'd be like an actual gym in your home.
I mean, they had those bodysuits that when he got shot, they
felt that. I mean,
but I mean, like I said, if you just had a full glove that's like full whatever to simulate, 100 pounds, so if you like go into the gym, say you go to Oasis when you want to go to the gym area, they says, okay, please sit down. You sit down in your chair, something like how we have now, so you can just sit here and like not really hold anything, but to simulate
the glove would probably simulate. So if you
grab something,
like this,
exactly,
you feel like
you're just doing that, and then you're like, yeah, I'm working out, or you sit in your chair and do your whatever. But
you can get buff playing video games. That'd be the day.
But I mean, you still have to, like I said, you still have to do a membership.
Yeah.
Like you go in there and say membership, and it'll come out of your bank, your real money, and then like I said, you don't have to leave your house, but you're still working out. And then like, I want to go run track, but you live
and
here.
You know, it'd actually be really cool, which would probably be in the game too. Nature jogs.
For
Just
real.
Go for your jog right there. You know what I mean?
We're in South Florida. We don't have all these cool forests.
No.
Me personally, dude, I would sit there and say, I want to go hike Mount Fuji.
And you could.
Exactly. Just load up the program and then just start walking, and then you feel, and then get your boots so you can actually feel the walking, and then when you go up, like start going up the steep hills,
you would
feel like,
yeah,
skydiving.
And also, that'd probably be the only way I'd ever do with skydiving.
But I won't ever. If you die, you lose all your shit.
That's true.
So
but I'd still have my life though. Because if that happens, you die skydiving for real, you're dead.
But yeah,
but like even the movie said in the very beginning, you can climb Mount Everest.
Exactly.
And he added Batman into it, but still, you can climb Mount Everest.
But, I mean, I would sit there and climb Mount Everest with
anyone,
with somebody, just program like I'll get some Japanese dude or whatever, or Keanu Reeves. Hey, load up Keanu Reeves.
You know what was that movie called that was with Sylvester Stallone?
Cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Or get Sylvester
Stallone to go there with you.
And you could probably program a younger him.
Yeah.
And say, hey, let's go up Mount Fuji.
That would be sick.
Or, well, no, I think he said Mount Everest in the movie for but I don't want not Mount Everest. I want Mount Fuji.
I was like that. You said that. It kind of reminded me him actually saying Mount Everest in the movie.
But I'm saying I would climb Mount Fuji with fucking Sylvester Stallone from Cliffhanger. And like I said, that would be my world I want to live in.
That's not a bad one, really. Like I said, it was like literally like this for me. It was that close. I was gonna pick that too, and that would have been hilarious if, like, you would have said, "Take the reins." Well, Ready Player One.
I'm like, well, that'd be too.
You'd be like, well, the cat's out of the bag now.
Exactly. I'm sort of thinking you'd be like Batman or something.
And like I said, you thought I was gonna go Batman. I thought you was gonna go Matrix. I thought you was gonna go Matrix 100%.
Nah, it was definitely Ready Player One, because I was sitting there thinking about that. I'm like, I got it too, because I have all the worlds, I have everything I want. You can buy anything you want.
Damn. I
can go to Japan and relive the fucking samurai.
Oh my god, that would be fucking sweet.
You can go into the Spartans and live like the Spartans.
That I would love to do, because my other channel, the Irish Spartan, I deeply influenced by Spartans. I love their way of thinking, and I would love to go back in time to see
exactly
how Spartan life really was.
Oh yeah.
And if the Oasis would probably provide me that way of doing it, that would be sweet. There's no other way. Another word I can think of. It'd just be awesome. You know.
That's what I'm saying. But you
Like
pick
you would
Star
go,
Wars.
you'd pick. Well, like I said, I still
Okay.
back my opinion. I still would love to be in there. I mean, to hold a real lightsaber.
Oh fuck yeah!
Dude, that would be sick.
But you gotta be careful, bro, because that could.
But like I said, I'd be a force wielder anyway, so it would come basically almost
And
naturally.
someone who works in the Oasis don't know shit. You get a lightsaber. Shit.
Exactly.
Oh well, I'll just have to just log out. I got my arm here. And then I'll re-log back in.
Like, you know, if I cut your arm off, you'd be like, shh, all your money falls out.
For real. But yeah, so like I said, you would be in Star Wars where you can wield that shit, where somebody in Oasis like don't know shit about it, just have it, and then you just cut my toe off or cut my arm off or some shit.
You wouldn't have the proper training for it. Exactly. Now, the only thing you could be good at is like, you know, shooting guns in the Oasis.
Yeah.
Because I mean, even with a gun in Star Wars, people know how to shoot.
Except stormtroopers.
You got the aim of a stormtrooper, son.
Oh, your brother does.
And it's like,
but anyways, guys, that is it for this video. Just something a little different than talking about. Well, we did talk about movies. We talked about games. We talked about all kinds of weird stuff because
we'll talk about.
And Oasis has everything.
Yes.
And what universe would you guys live in? Would it be the Oasis? You can have everything, or would you just be stuck to one thing, like Harry Potter, Back to the Future, or Harry Potter? You know, the Back to the Future horror stuff. Would you go to a Shining? Would you go to?
Well, I think I know a couple of people that probably would like to experience that, but
or the original It or anything like that.
That I don't think. I think I'd stay well away from that.
Well, see, if you're in the Oasis, all you gotta do is just go in there, and there you go.
But I don't think I would.
So yes, what universe would you guys go into? Would it be a book, a game, or a movie, or even a comic book, or anime?
Yeah.
So yes, leave a comment down below which one you guys go. Please like, subscribe, and share. Ring that bell. So for all the notifications, we'll have another episode in a couple weeks with more stuff. Hopefully, yeah. And then also check out CJ's page. He's doing pretty good on there. I'll leave a little link in the description. And also,
please enjoy.
look to my Italian Samurai. I'll be doing a video tomorrow. Probably going to do, like I said, I'll probably redo my Sonic tomorrow.
Okay.
So look for that. I'll also put a link in the description that's below. Also, please check out my merch. I got our podcast shirts up on there, hats, and I think I'll do a beanie, and also want to do some mugs or some drinks on there too. I think I'll load that stuff up there.
Drink your coffee while you're showing the logo off.
Exactly. So I'll leave a link for that in the below too for the merch. To go ahead and get yourself a podcast T-shirt or a chat room podcast. And hopefully see you guys, let me get this up here, in the next video.